Thanks for tuning in here. My name's Josh Davis, and I work with the Ethereum Foundation. And I want to talk a little bit today about the Ethereum Protocol Fellowship and what it means to be an Ethereum core developer. So, what is a core developer? Well, a core developer is somebody who works to maintain and upgrade the Ethereum core protocol. The core protocol is the thing that sort of like defines what Ethereum does. It's the set of rules, the specifications, the things that govern the network and the way that the things are implemented. So these are things like the specification, the implementations of execution clients and consensus clients, the different testing frameworks, as well as the community of research that happens. Things that the core protocol is not. The core protocol is not a DeFi application. It's not an NFT aggregator. It's none of the things that most of the users are really familiar with. It is the thing that sort of underlies all the stuff that happens on top of it. It is the computer to all of the software that happens on top. There is a lot of development that happens on Ethereum. According to Electric Capital, there are around 2,400 full-time developers that work on Ethereum, and around 7,900 that do some kind of commits into some repo that has something to do with Ethereum. That being said, only around 170 of them are core developers, right? So a very, very small percentage of the people that work on Ethereum work on the actual thing that makes everything work. So just to reiterate a little bit, things that the app developers do, they do high-level development, developing smart contracts using languages like Solidity, like Viper, and any other languages that develop smart contracts. They're creating DeFi applications, NFTs, all of these sorts of things. The different apps, dApps on top of Ethereum, they're required to provide some sort of security for their users. They work in a competitive, market-driven, profit-driven way, and a way to sort of frame this is that they're building the fancy car that you see, the Lambos or whatever. To contrast that with what a core developer does, the core developer is doing very low-level development, building client software architecture using low-level languages like Go, like Rust, Java, C++, these low-level system languages. They're building the consensus clients and execution clients like Geth and Prism and Lighthouse and all of these things that are required to run a node or run a validator. Doing different bits of researches, writing up EIPs for different upgrades that happen to the network. The Ethereum protocol provides security for all of the users. So, one of the common tropes is that, all the things that are built on top of Ethereum inherit the security of Ethereum. It's built in a very cooperative and ethos-driven way. Many of the developers that work on the core protocol, they do so in a way that they don't make as much money as they probably could in a place, a different FANG corporation where they certainly could be hired. So it's a very non-profit sort of ethos-driven way. And then in that same framework, they are building the things that the cars are driving on. So they build the freeways and the interstates that these fancy Lambos get to drive on. So why are core devs important outside of the reasons that I just mentioned? Just to kind of reiterate, they maintain execution layer and consensus layer clients, writing and implementing EIPs, doing testing, testing all the upgrades, doing research to many complex problems, things that don't already have answers. So there's a lot of research happening, and generally just working to improve Ethereum for the greater good. Without Ethereum, or without core devs, Ethereum does not exist in the way that it does now. I'm sure many of you have probably seen this image. This is the roadmap produced by Vitalik as of late last year. He quoted that Ethereum's around 55% finished at this point. That may have been changed a little bit since then. Just to note that this roadmap is not canon per se. It is a one-person sort of overview of where they see the protocol going. So I want to talk to you about two different programs that happen in order to help people find their way into core development. As I mentioned before, a very small percentage of the amount of people that work on Ethereum work on the core protocol, and many people desire to do this work, but struggle to find out where to start to do it. So these two programs are meant to help people find their way. The first one that we'll talk about is called the Ethereum Protocol Fellowship Study Group. It is a precursor to the Ethereum Protocol Fellowship, which I'll talk about a little bit later. The Protocol Fellowship Study Group is a program that aims to bridge the knowledge gap for people learning about the core protocol. So this program is a new program, and it started a couple of weeks ago. It's a 10-week program, again starting on the 19th of February and going all the way till the end of April. The program consists of 1 to 2 90-minute classes per week taught by a current core developer or researcher. And these different classes will include some pre-reading material in order to get you a person up to speed on some of the lexicon and the nomenclature of the different topics and subject, and then also some post-class learning and study projects. There are two phases of this program. The first phase, which we're in currently, is an overview phase. So we're doing overviews of Ethereum itself, the execution layer, the consensus layer, testing, and the roadmap generally. We've already had the intro to Ethereum class as well as the execution layer class. Both of those and all of the rest of the classes are recorded, so you can, if you're interested in participating, go back and watch those videos to kind of get caught up. And I will display some QR codes up here a little bit later so that you can find those. Yeah, and then so that's phase one. Phase two is split into two different tracks. So we'll have a research track and a development track, and there will be 2 classes per week, one for each of the tracks. And they are focused on their sort of namesake. So research will be focused on research topics, future upgrades that'll be happening, and development track will be focused more on kind of client architecture, implementations, EIPs, things of that nature. The program is open and permissionless, meaning you do not need to apply to the program to participate. You can just kind of jump in, attend the classes, join the conversation on Discord, and be a part of that course. And then finally, one of the goals of the program is to create a collaborative knowledge base. So we have created a wiki based around core protocol development. You can find it at epf.wiki. And this is a collaborative knowledge base that is constantly growing. Right now it is actually very small and in its infantile stages. The goal being through the program, we will together build up this knowledge base so that people who are interested in doing this work can have a resource to kind of help answer their questions. Some of the topics that are going to be covered during this course, like I mentioned, we've already had the course on the overall design of Ethereum. That was the introduction to Ethereum. Then execution and consensus layer architecture, specs and implementation, testing methods and tools, and then current research and the roadmap, including future upgrades, things like Verkle trees, sharding, MEV, proof of stake improvements, and state and history expiry. So that is the study group. And the other program I will mention is the Ethereum Protocol Fellowship. We will be starting the 5th cohort of this program in May. And this program is designed to make the process of actually becoming a core developer, researcher, or contributor easier. As the founder of this program, Piper Merriam, likes to say, the door to contributing to Ethereum is hilariously wide open, and this program is meant to sort of show you the way through that door. A little quick brief history of this program. Again, it is started by Piper Merriam. And when he created this program, it was called the Core Developer Apprentice Program. He created it to bring more developers into the Portal Network project, and he ran 2 cohorts of that program. The program is coordinated and funded by the Ethereum Foundation for the betterment of all of the core protocol teams. So this is client teams, research teams, and things like that. This program is designed to mimic the experience of being a core developer. So you work in a very self-directed way. You choose what it is that you want to work on, what it is that you're passionate about, and we require you to write technical updates along the way. And sort of generally try to find your own way to the information and the expertise that you're seeking. This is the way that any current core developer works. There's no one that sort of tells them what to do or how to do it. It's really a self-directed endeavor, and so this program is designed to sort of introduce you to working in that manner if that's something that you don't necessarily have experience doing. That being said, we do offer mentorship through this program. Many of the current core developers, people that work on different client teams and research teams, offer their time and expertise to answer questions for people that are, getting roadblocked or point them in the right direction. But again, the program is designed to help you to figure out how to do things on your own. The coordination happens through GitHub, our GitHub repo, ETH-protocol-fellows, and then through Discord. We also host 2 weekly meetings during the duration of the cohort, one of them being a sort of stand-up meeting where we talk about the progress that we've made through the past week, things that we've worked on, or things that are sort of holding us back. And then another meeting, which is the office hours meeting, which can be a variety of different things, where maybe we're presenting our project proposals, or we do like a core developer AMAs. This program is also operating permissionlessly, meaning anyone can participate in the program. However, we do select around in between 15 and 30 official participants to the program, which do receive a stipend to help them spend their time working on this program. So some of the benefits of the Protocol Fellowship, you get a nice introduction to the developer community, as well as mentors and core developers. We offer a semi-structured process to sort of help you step through that hilariously wide open door. You are able to work on what it is that you're passionate about. You do receive a financial stipend, and then generally you just get some experience doing open source work and contributing to an open source project. Quickly about the fourth cohort, the one that ended just in this last November. We had over 400 applications for this program, did 50 interviews, and officially accepted 40 people. We did have a number of people participate permissionlessly, and 4 of them were accepted into the official cohort, meaning we did offer them a stipend at that point. So, you know, we admit that our application and judgment process is not perfect by any means, and so we invite people to you know, jump in and prove us wrong, and we'll definitely recognize those efforts. So over the fourth cohort, we had 32 different projects. We had 8 mentor AMA calls, 600 development updates, and over 1,300 repo commits in the GitHub repo. Here is a quick list of some of the projects that the fellows in the fourth cohort worked on. I am not going to go through each of these because they're all sort of quite in-depth in their own account, but you can see these projects in the repo. Each fellow, again, has submitted these technical development updates through their process through the cohort, and you know, so you can kind of read about their progress of developing these projects, creating these projects, coming up with the ideas for these projects, and sort of where they ended up at the end of the cohort. So yeah, there are 3 different phases of this program. There's an onboarding phase where you get to meet your cohort and sort of do some very cursory overview of of Ethereum itself. This could kind of be looked at as a you know, speed-run version of the study group. And then we have the second phase, which is the learning. I don't know why that keeps happening. The learning and project selection phase, where you'll select a topic and deep dive into that topic, learning as much as you can about it, and then creating a project proposal. And then the majority of the program is focused on the project execution, so doing the work basically to implement whatever it is that you've decided you want to work on. And at the end of that project execution, which happens to coincide with last year with DevConnect in Istanbul, and this year will culminate in DevCon in Southeast Asia. We will do some project reports and project presentations in person there. And then at the end, we also do our best to help you find your next step in core development. So whether that's joining a client team, finding a grant from some organization, or yeah, just generally continuing your efforts in contributing to Ethereum. So joining the EPF, applications will, these are some of the attributes that we're sort of looking for when we evaluate applications, and some of the signals that that you know are good for you to be accepted. The 5th cohort is coming up. We are going to be opening applications in May. The program will start in June and run through mid-November, again culminating in an EPF day at DevCon in Southeast Asia. If you're interested in participating, you can either join our Google Group mailing list, which I will show a QR code for shortly. Look out for announcements on the ethereum.org blog, Twitter, etc. Join the study group to familiarize yourself with the basics of Ethereum and the current problems and solution spaces. Here are the myriad of QR codes that you can utilize to find out more information. The protocol studies GitHub, the wiki, the Discord for the study group, the EPF Google group, which is sort of our mailing list of sorts, and then the repo from the 4th cohort of the fellowship. So yeah, that's all I've got for you today. If you're interested in becoming a core contributor, I highly recommend that you check out these programs. And yeah, thanks a lot.